transfer to go forward.
Hello everyone, welcome back to History Saver 1941 here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me, and don't forget, as always, to subscribe to the channel if this stuff is your kind of cup of tea. Before we get into this unboxing video, if you're new to the channel, yes, we do a lot of content here, most of which has pretty much went into the way of a lot of travel videos, historic travel videos, and World War II history, and World War II reenacting. World War II reenacting, World War II history is, to me, I wouldn't really call it an obsession because that's a strong word, but it is a huge part of my life, and it's probably one of the things that I really enjoy the most. I'm constantly researching, constantly studying, and I'm constantly, wanting to do events, wanting to do different things. And I'm into that. I'm always online looking for stuff, trying to improve my impression, trying to do different things that I can add to my kit to improve that impression aspect of me as a reenactor. And we have a very big event coming up in January. We are recreating the Road to Aachen Battle of Crucifix Hill. And of course, it's a strong subject to cover, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It is one of those immersive style events where you are actually in the field, living just like those guys did during the war. Of course, without experiencing a lot of the hardships that they had to go through. They were constantly under fire, guys constantly dying around them, and let's face it, in this hobby, we're never going to get, thank God, that real aspect of bullets flying over your head. It is extremely cool when you can go to an event, dress up in the same uniforms that they wore, and experience just a taste of what these German soldiers and American soldiers or Russian soldiers experienced during the war. No matter what side it's on, it's still history, it's still important, it's still World War II history. For me, as a GI reenactor, or sometimes even as a German reenactor, at some of these types of events, I find myself sitting there in a daze because I'm sitting there trying to grasp maybe what they have felt in that moment, and you can't do that. But one of the things that I typically do to improve my impression, to improve my experience at events, is I try to do everything as authentic as possible, and that includes eating food. Eating the same thing these soldiers had, whether it be a K ration or an iron ration or any of those types of things that the guys or soldiers would have had back then. That improves your experience. Now, we can never have exactly what they had, but we can get as close to it as humanly possible in today's society and advancements. So we can fill reproduction rations full of items that are very similar to what they had in their rations. And this unboxing video today has something to do with that. Now, this box comes from, or felt post. Let's take a play out of my favorite channel, World War II History Reenacting, or felt post. Guys, if you want a good channel to go watch, World War II History Reenacting is a good one. Also, my second favorite is probably History Secrets. Not going to lie, I'm big fans of both of those guys' channels, and I love it. And if you want a really good podcast to listen to, well, Reenactors Corner with Chris Pittman is very, very, very good. So this fell post comes from MRE Mountain. Those guys there were kind enough to actually send me this, and this was not purchased, by the way. They sent this to me. We will be reviewing this, or whatever's inside of this box, at the event in January. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it open here, or finish cutting it open. I started it, but I have no idea what's inside. I've not looked inside yet. So there we go. Just cut some of the tabs open to make it a little bit easier on myself. But here is a box from those guys. And I'm going to set it to the side so you can kind of see what we've got here. And let's open it up. Very nice bubble wrap packaging. That's really cool. MRE Mountain is where I buy a lot of my rations that I actually review on this channel. So they've got a lot of cool rations, a lot of foreign rations on there. Go check them out, please do. Oh wow, these are going to be cool. I can kind of see the rations now, and I'm gonna pull them out and kind of show you guys as I'm seeing them here myself. And wow, these are neat. Okay, a lot of bubble wrap, which is a good thing. But let's pull it out here. All right, looks like they're wrapped together. Oh, check this out. He sent me over some very cool spoons. We'll get a close-up of all of this in a minute. Wow, these spoons are really neat. I can't wait to show this to you close up. Let's get this box out the way here. Maybe leave that out. Here you go. MRE Mountain. There's stickers there. MREmountain.com. We'll put a link right here in the video. You guys can go visit them. Check out their website. A lot of cool stuff on here. Foreign rations. And now they're reproducing World War II rations. Or they have, you know, some they're reproducing, some that they've got people that reproduce that they sell. And it's absolutely fantastic rations. You know, as a World War II reenactor, a lot of the reproduction rations that's out there floating around right now, some are fairly okay, and then others are horrible. So, yeah. When you find someone that's actually reproducing rations, you've got to try them out. And, well, let's see what he sent us here as far as some World War II reproduction rations. And I am extremely excited to open these up. Again, we will be actually field reviewing these in a later video from the event, actually in the foxholes and trenches. And that's where you will see the video with us actually taking these out, inspecting them thoroughly, and trying these out. So this is very cool. Oh my gosh. All right, just right off the bat, I can go ahead and tell you, this is one of the most period accurate reproduction German rations as far as just the packaging that I have come across online. Wow. We'll give you a close-up in a minute, but you can see here, this is a Erbsen. Basically, this is going to be kind of like a tomato soup in a way. I believe I'm right on that. But very, very cool reproduction packaging that actually looks very similar to the originals. And it's even waxed. We'll give you a close-up of that in a minute. This is the Halberstini portion. And this was your iron ration. It contained Knackelbrot, which is basically like a hard cracker, and a can of meat. That's all that's in this thing. And it was meant to be eaten by the German soldier when they were in combat more than 24 hours and couldn't get a hot meal. So this was basically an emergency ration. When these guys had to get food, they had nothing else. These were issued to them. You could tell it's very small, pretty lightweight, and they could easily stick this in their bread bag or their packs and have it for when they were needing food the most. Now, the canned meat in these things could vary. Even the German army even used horse meat. There's photo evidence of the German army getting horses and harvesting them in France. And I'll throw a picture up right here of that. And what this is a bunch of German soldiers gathered around the horse. They have ripped the intestines out, and they're making probably horse steaks. They're probably cutting horse steaks here. And you can tell by their faces, they're a little bit overjoyed about this. So they were happy to get those French horses. And sometimes horse would make it into cans of meat, or it could be chicken, or it could be roast beef, or it could be ham, or something similar to him. I mean, so this is a can of meat and crackers. Basically, is all this is. And during the event, you will see us actually try this. And we will be trying this in the field where we're actually going to be in the field for more than 24 hours using only what these soldiers had. We're actually going to be there for 24 to 48 hours. And we'll actually be in foxholes. So this is going to be very cool to check out in that element of combat. So we'll give you a close-up of that in a minute. And then we have another ration here. Wow, these guys really go above and beyond on packing. I will give them that. There was nothing going to happen in this ration, which is great. Now this ration is one I'm really excited about, actually. I kind of knew exactly what he was sending me on some stuff, and then there was other things I didn't know he was sending me. Which is pretty cool. I mean, I can't thank these guys enough for sending this over for us to try out and review at this event. And I can't wait to try these. Like, I'm sitting here like, man, I really want to break one of these open and try it. But I've got to sustain myself, until the event to do that. Because I really want to give these a review in the element that they were originally designed for. Now, we may open up this ration just to show you what's inside, but as far as trying the elements, eating them, going into depth into cooking this stuff, we're not doing it on this video. This is just simply unboxing and kind of showing off these products. And wow. Okay. Wow, this is very cool. It is, wow. Wow is all I can say about this ration. Okay, so what this is basically, I'm probably going to butcher the name of this thing, but the WWII or WWII or something like that ration. You can find it on our website. I'm gonna put a photo of it up here so you know exactly what to look for on MRE Mountain's website. But this is this ration, and this is basically a ration of the armed forces. And this thing, from what I saw online, is jam-packed full of all kinds of stuff. And we're probably going to actually open this one up right now and show you some of the items inside, but we're not going to try anything because I want to save that for the event to actually do a proper review of this. But I do want to show you what's inside. So this is the ration itself, and wow, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's even got a stamp here on the back that they have incorporated into it. And this isn't just stuff taped on, guys. This is, well, let's give you a close-up. Okay, here we go. Here's a close-up for you. And before we dive into this, here's the iron ration, or the halbasinier portion. Probably butchering that. My German is horrible, honestly. It's one thing I need to improve on. But this is the iron ration. As you can tell, it's not very big. And these things were not designed to be very big. Basically, your knucklebrot, or your hard cracker, and your can of meat in here. And then this is basically your erbsen, or your tomato soup. Basically, I think is what this is, if I'm not mistaken. And then something about 15 to 20 minute, know what that is. So the tomato soup, what it is a dehydrated bar inside of this box, and you have to rehydrate it. So let's say, let it rehydrate for 15, 20 minutes. And looks like it's 150 grams and 1 liter of water. And then if you can look on a box, look at the wax. That's absolutely fantastic. Now, the wax was here for a couple of reasons on both the American and the Germans. One was, yes, to help waterproof and seal the ration. And number two was to help the ration to survive chemical attacks. During World War I, they used a lot of gas attacks. They were afraid of that during World War II. So they, coated everything in paraffin wax. And that is basically what they did here. Now, this ration comes in a tin. This is the WWII ration. I am butchering that name, so don't kill me on the video here. But this is basically a ration of the armed forces. And they have done an excellent job kind of trying to recreate one of these. You can see the stamp there, 1944, with the eagle and the swastika. Again, this is not a political channel. That's for reproduction historic purposes. So what I'm going to do is this rope comes off very easily, and I can slide this back on. So I'm just going to open this one up. We're not going to try anything except to rope to the side so we can put it back on. And let's pop the top on here, and you can see they've even numbered these things like they did on the original ones. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Wow. Wow. So here's a copy of a newspaper clipping. It looks like this is dated 1940. Der Führer in Strasbourg. So it's talking about Hitler basically in Strasbourg. And it's just a source of reading. So this could have been a box sent from home. And wow. That is very cool. And that's gonna be excellent pocket litter. Wow. That's gonna be great. Wow. West front. That is cool. Nice touch with that. That is very neat. So we're gonna set this to the side here. Now we have a felt post, which is basically a postcard, and very, very good reproduction. So you can write home to your family, and pretty cool. Look at the that is just neat. The artwork on there is fabulous. Excuse me, there. It's very cold today. So next up we've got a comic strip, and I've got it upside down. There we go. Wow, just a comic strip to kind of help entertain the soldier. So something neat to read just to help pass time. Again, another excellent piece of pocket litter. And wow, dude, I can't wait to try this ration out. This is going to be very cool just to be able to try this thing out at the event. And wow. I know what this is. This is chocolate or chocolate. This is chocolate. So Stowiller chocolate. Wow, Nuremberg. Check out the packaging on that. That is very good. Dude, this is excellent packaging. This is I actually have an original can of this. This is peppermints, and I actually have an original can of this company in my collection up on one of these shelves. And what they've did is printed out the label of that, put it in a nice reproduction style tin, and this tin can be used for a multitude of different things. So yeah, this is very cool to have, even after the rations consumed. But I am going to open up this one because I do want to see the peppermints. I may actually try a peppermint now. I can't help myself. But we're going to give this thing a full review in the field. It is a little tight to get open. There it goes. Looks like maybe kind of like Altoids. Let's give it a smell. Oh, yeah. That's definitely Altoids. I'm having one of these now. Yeah, that's definitely Altoids. And man, are they great. I love Altoids. I can't pass up. I can't pass up peppermint. Wow, very good flavor too. Very good flavor. Very good reproduction looking peppermints as well. So there's an idea. You got one of these original peppermint tins or something like this. Put your label on it. Put you some peppermints in it. Some Altoids, close to the original stuff. Wow, that's great. I bet you it goes good with this coffee too. Yeah, and that's another thing you could do. There's a couple of these in your coffee. Then you got peppermint coffee. Especially when it's cold. It's great. So, piece of packing paper to help seal everything nicely in. Oh, Maggie. Maggie is the brand of the dehydrated tomato soup. Some very nice tins here with reproduction labels on it. That is what any reenactor does. And inside, you've got bouillon. So Maggie's soup is basically what that is. Not really for sure what this is. But we'll be trying this out at the event for sure. Can't wait to do that. That's going to be very nice. Butter cakes. This is basically butter crackers, basically like a cookie. And or a very, very good cracker is what it is. So very cool to see these. Excellent packaging again on this. And for a reproduction, I mean, this is great. I mean, this is absolutely great for a reproduction. So you're never going to be spot on to the originals, but this is pretty darn good. Okay, a Coca-Cola, or chocolate, basically Coca-Cola. And this side of here, I believe this is Weathers Candies. Weathers is actually a German company that was very popular during the war. So Weathers Candies were popular, and that is pretty cool. It's like the label's coming off a little bit, but that's okay. I can put that back on. That's no problem. And yeah, so not actually Coca Cola in here. That's okay. They did put a period label on something, and then fill it with something. So these come in handy. You can keep anything in these. So yeah, I'm happy with what these guys have done here. Some German matches, Klettenkrieg. I have actually never seen that design on the matchbook. That is very neat. I really like that. Just some modern matchbook. And what you can do, print some of these out. You can find them online very easily. And then just glue them on. And that's what they did here. And it's these are extremely great for reenacting purposes. All of this is extremely great for reenacting purposes. I'm sure some guys will be like, that's not that accurate. This is actually one of the better reproduction rations I've seen. I mean, the you can never get spot on, and this really helps. With your impression, it makes things look period correct. You can fill these tins full of modern items, use them in events, but I don't know really what's in here. Wasn't I don't know what's in there. So that's going to be a something I'm very interested to check out what's actually in it. And then we've got another one of these. Hmm. And I didn't look at the website too well on these because I wanted to be surprised. I wanted to give an honest review on this thing, and so far I'm absolutely just blown away by it. One of the better ones you can see. Now this item. Okay, Lotus Biscoff cookies. Yes, I know it. A lot of reenactors are out there saying Lotus Biscoff. That's just modern Lotus Biscoffs and modern paper. Okay, it is. It is. But you've got to understand the history of Lotus too, and the Biscoffs. They originally came from Belgium, and they had gotten really popular during the war. They were developed in the 30s, and in Belgium, it's a Belgium cookie, and these things are absolutely fantastic and still very popular to today. I mean, they give these things out on airlines, and I love these things like the ice cream. I love the ice cream. This stuff to me is like crack. This is one of the best cookies I've ever had. So yes, these cookies are accurate to have during the period. Now, the packaging may not be as accurate, but it is close, without the exception of the modern packaging, which is kind of hard to get away from, because you have to keep stuff fresh. But yeah, throwing these in here makes absolutely perfect sense. They were around during the war. They were developed in the 30s, early 30s in Belgium, and they were eaten by the soldiers. So it makes perfect sense why these will be in this ration. Privet. This is supposed to be a cigarette. I don't know if cigarettes are in here. I wouldn't think so. But yeah, look at the packaging on this. I don't really know what's in here. I know these are cigarette containers, but I don't know what's in it. Huh. That's yeah, that's interesting. So we'll figure out what's in these a little bit later. I really don't know. Fruit Regal or Fruit Regal, fruit bars, and I don't know what that is there. Something just stuck to the wax, maybe coffee. But basically fruit bars, and these were also popular. We have two of these. Fairly nice labels on these. Can't complain about the labels. There are wax boxes again which is very cool. Can't wait to try these out as well. Haha. Reds coffee. Ersatz coffee. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with World War II and coffee during World War II, this is not real coffee. Okay, ersatz was an artificial coffee that Germany had that tasted like coffee but was not really coffee. So and even the tasting like coffee, that's even a far-fetched idea of saying that. I mean, it was similar to coffee. Let's just say that, but it wasn't real coffee. And I can't wait to try this out because this is the real deal, from what I've gathered. So I'm extremely excited to check it out. All right, here we have sardines. So Germany loved sardines during the war. It was a big ration. You find sardine cans all over the place overseas on sites. And this is a modern can of sardines with a label placed over it, which is absolutely fine. Because as a reenactor, it's hard to get everything spot on. You have to use some modern stuff. So throwing labels on these makes it more period accurate, more accurate to the time, and is actually a food item that they ate. So yeah, kudos to that. Even thinking about putting sardines in here, that's a really good idea. And I am going to try to save these labels too, so I can maybe reuse some of these labels, for other events. If I got some can of sardines I want to take, throw the label on it, or so that's an idea too. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but I do urge you guys to go pick up, some of this stuff from MRE Mountain because these are pretty nice. Here's some more Erbsen, exactly like the other we showed. We got two of these. And then Zweibeck. Basically, this is a cracker as well. This is trying to think of the name, what it is in modern times. The cracker that's nearest to it. And I really can't think of it. But you could buy some crackers today that's similar to this. If anyone remembers the name, put it in the comment section below. Because I have it on the tip of my tongue. I think it starts with a W, and I just can't get it out. It's one of those situations. But basically, hard wheat crackers, basically is what that is. And then Knackelbrot, yeah, pretty close to the same thing as the Zybeck. So just another cracker. And that appears to be it in this tin, but it was loaded to the gills with a lot of cool stuff. I mean, absolutely fantastic job on this ration. I can't say enough good things about this ration. And I can't wait to actually try this thing and review the items in the field, especially this coffee. Really looking forward to that. So, yeah, get you one of these at MREMountain.com. Go check them out. We will be reviewing both of these rations at the field in January during the event. But they also sent over these as another special item. And what these are metal MRE spoons. They're long spoons in metal. It's got the MREMountain.com logo on it. And wow, that's a spoon. And then this is a fork. So you have a smaller spoon, larger spork. Not fork, but spork. And again, it's got the MREMountain.com logos on it. These are very cool, dude. These are going to come so in handy on ration reviews. Like, I'm as excited about these spoons as I am the rations. That's bad. Who gets excited about a spoon? But anyway, these are very neat. Guys, go check them out. MREMountain.com. Get some rations of your own. Until next time, guys, keep preserving history. Stay safe. Visit MREMountain.com. Get you some of these. And we'll be reviewing these rations in the field during our event in January.